You have the opportunity to restore the woolly mammoth habitat, the steppe biome. You'll be laying tiles to grow flower patches and extend paths in Mammoth. Welcome to Tantrum House Studio D. I'm Melissa Delp.
And I'm Kevin Delp. Mammoth is a 2 to 4 player tile laying game that is designed by Jeff and Craig Van Ness, and it is being published by Soaring Rhino, and it'll be on Kickstarter.
Let's look at the prototype components.
There's a game board, octagon tiles, square tiles, tokens, mammoths, animals, and more. There are 2 modes of play, the competitive and the co-op mode.
We're going to focus mainly on the competitive game in this video, but a little later on we're going to mention some about the cooperative game. If you'd like to see how the competitive game plays, you can watch our playthrough video.
I'll put a link right up there.
At the beginning of the game, each player is dealt a hand of 4 octagon tiles. On your turn, you'll claim a spot on the board by choosing a square tile from the supply, placing it on the board, and placing your mammoth on it.
On future turns, you can choose to place an octagon tile from your hand or a square tile from the supply. Usually you're going to place a tile so it expands the flower patch your mammoth's on. You then move your mammoth to that tile. If it doesn't have to travel across any other tiles, you place a small biocycle token and score a point.
After placing a tile, you can choose to place your animal on that tile's path. Once you claim a path with your animal, you can't move it. It stays there for the rest of the game. On later turns, you now have the choice to place tiles to extend your path instead of growing your mammoth's flower patch.
If you played an octagon tile during your turn, you'll draw a new one so that you have a hand of 4 tiles. If you played a square tile, you're allowed to discard any number of tiles from your hand and redraw back up to 4.
There are some tile placement rules. You have to play on your own flower patch, matching the color, or you have to play on your own path. You can't connect your path to another player's path or join 2 players' flower patches that are the same color. If you place a tile that grows not only your mammoth's flower patch, but another flower patch, you get to place a large biocycle token on the board and score 3 points.
If your mammoth's flower patch is ever completely surrounded, you take it off the board and score a point for every tile in the patch. On your next turn, you'll return your mammoth to the board by placing a square tile, like the beginning of the game.
When the final octagon tile has been played, the game ends. You'll score the flower patch your mammoth is on, 1 point per tile, and you'll score the path your animal is on, 1 point for each tile that creates a continuous path without branches.
And whoever has the most points wins. You're going to get a lot of points from having a long path, from having large flower patches, or getting those large biocycle tokens. In the co-op game, you're working together to achieve 2 randomly selected goals, a color goal and a path goal. The game is played in rounds with a planning phase and an action phase. During the action phase, each player drafts an action card. The card you choose determines what type of tile you'll place and where. To win, you have to score the number of points indicated on the goal cards and satisfy the conditions.
Kevin and I tried the cooperative game 2 players, and it was not easy. We did not win. But I think we could get better with more plays.
I think I like the competitive version of this game just a little bit more.
Me too, but that's not really surprising because I normally prefer competitive games over cooperative ones, unless the cooperative game has some sort of mystery or story element to it.
The colors seemed a little bit odd at first to me, but they represent the different flora in the biome. The boreal sagebrush, the chrysanthemums, crimson clover, wild grasslands. The board starts out gray and then grows into a beautifully colored landscape.
I appreciate that there are choices in the game. It's not just, oh, I draw a tile and then have to place it. You have a hand of tiles to choose from. You can even discard a tile and draw new ones. So there's a good chance that at least there's going to be something profitable to do on your turn.
Yeah, you could choose a square tile or octagon tile. You could choose to expand your path or grow your flower patch. You could choose, do I want to make a larger flower patch? Or do I want to do a smaller one, which then I could complete it really fast, score it, and then start again?
I would categorize this game as light-ish. Once you understand the placement rules and how the scoring works, it's pretty easy to play.
So if you like tile-laying games like Carcassonne or Lanterns, or you like this woolly mammoth theme, then check out Mammoth from Soaring Rhino on Kickstarter, and we'd love for you to subscribe to Tantrum House.
You have the opportunity to restore. You'll be laying tiles to extend power. I can do this. And talk a little bit about the co-op.
Melissa's in rare form today. But at least we get some outtakes.